Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 6 of Close Corners, your favorite music podcast. And I'm joined today, you know him, you love him, you hate him, Holden.
I'm eating chips right now.
He's eating chips right now. May I add, for the first time in Close Corners history, we have a special guest today, our great friend James.
Oh, oh.
James, if you'd like to speak a few words of yourself, or perhaps just say hello.
Hello, I'm James. How the hell are you guys?
So true, so
Whoa.
true. Glad to have you, pal.
All right.
For the backstory, why not? James and Holden, couple knuckleheads, the three musketeers, we might call us. Long history. Our longtime listeners will know, longtime listeners rather, will know of the history between Holden and I. And James, it fits into a similar fold. You know, we've been around each other a lot. We've experienced a lot in terms of our, growth, and then also our experience of music. We've all, contributed a lot, I would say, to each other's knowledge of music, and as well as just like recommending good tracks and stuff like that. So I feel like, we have that history together. It'd be interesting to come together, have a little convo, about just anything in music, anything that comes to mind, what we appreciate, what's going on right now, we might like, stuff like that.
Wow. What? I feel like if there's anything that we could talk about, I'd love to talk about Dreams 3D.
I feel like now, yes,
True.
this is the moment that we have been waiting for. This is the moment that we have been waiting for.
I love that album.
All right, we just chill with the chips, bro.
What?
You can't talk.
Stop
with food in
eating
your mouth.
chips.
Sorry.
We're leaving that in.
All right, I'm switching over to the Ritz crackers though.
Okay. Hopefully that'll be a little more tame for the listeners. But yeah, so Dreams 3D, Vaporwave,
I'm about to get in that club.
Internet Club,
I love
Dreams
that.
3D,
I love that record.
amazing record.
The experience that I had with that record.
Lean into the mic a little bit. Just a
Oh
little
yes,
bit.
no problem.
Yes, thank you.
The experience that I had with that record, I remember it was 2 years ago, and I was in Colorado for my like cousin's wedding. And in Colorado, there's just like, it was summertime, by the way.
Mhm.
In Colorado, like the air is like barely polluted, so it's actually like really easy to see like stars in the sky at night. And I was staying at like a hotel or something like around like near where like Vale is. And I also had like a little like outdoor like patio that I could like sit on outside. And it was like nighttime, so I was like looking up at the stars, and it was like my first time playing that album. I was like, I'm gonna listen to this. I feel like this would be like up the alley. And then it fucking changed my life. And I feel like I have admired it. I've honed. I've had deep admiration for that album ever since.
And I feel like you've had a more personal journey with it, but I always appreciated it. After you showed it to me, I appreciated the vision. What it stood for. It really was it is one of my favorite vaporwave releases when looking at it from the cultural aesthetic standpoint. Definitely.
I like one of the things that record makes me think about a lot is it's like a lot of the colors are very like orange and yellow. It just makes me think about like nighttime like web browsing. Like it's like 2 a.m. and there's just like a screen fucking just like really bright in my eyes. Just like on my way like about to like daze off to sleep, but like I'm still just like trying to get like I'm trying to get some torrents and whatever for my little computer.
Interesting.
I don't remember when I first listened to it. I think Holden probably showed it to me, but the thing that makes it so iconic to me is the cover.
Right.
Like,
We have all such a deep admiration for this cover. And to tell you how deep all this goes, Holden, James, and I all have the same shirt that is the cover of this album. This is how deep this is. This is not. We're not just making this up. There's
Yeah.
pictures. There's
It's just so
evidence.
simple, but it's just like a cool aesthetic, you know?
It very much is. Like it's and I think like where that album cover comes from too is also really like really important for the album because so that the album cover to this is like a and I wonder if Tyler would be able to show this on the screen, but that
I'm
'cause
making a note right now, yeah.
there's actually no copyright on it
Mhm.
as far as I'm aware.
Right.
But it's actually like an image. It's an image of like a city with this like a glow around it. And like a road going towards that city. It's in the perspective as if you were driving a car down a road approaching a city, but it's like kind of like simple, very very simple,
Mhm.
like like pick art. I don't know how to describe it. Like
Like
yeah,
yeah, what was that called back in the day when we were
Art Deco, whatever.
Art
No, it's
Deco?
not.
Yeah.
Maybe not Art Deco. I don't know.
I'm thinking clip art. It's definitely clip art.
Clip art,
Yeah,
clip art. Yeah,
That's
that's
what I was
the right
looking
word.
for.
And basically that image is just it's a loading screen for this old Microsoft product called Web TV.
Mhm.
And what Web TV was it came out sometime in like the 90s, I believe. And it was Microsoft's way of trying to combine the home, like the home TV with the computer. And I find that still to be like extremely relevant to like this day because I feel like our TVs are just becoming more and more like, computers. Like we have many different applications. We can browse the web.
Mhm.
There is kind of like a like I don't know. I think like taking that image from this product that kind of was just like forgotten to time. Like I feel like you could ask anyone about web TV and nobody would have any idea what in the world you're talking about. And probably walk away from you too. But
Imagine.
the image otherwise I think in like the final like look of the album cover, like separate from like what it is on as like a loading screen. It's like that image is like small as like a loading screen, but when you for the album cover it's like zoomed in, so it's kind of like it's kind of a little bit compressed. You see like the compression artifacts around it, so it definitely like really like plays into like this kind of like like internet aesthetic with that like I don't know with that like image quality really. Yeah, that's what I gotta say about that.
Certainly, I'd have to agree with all the points you hit on. It is probably one of my favorite pieces of anything to look at. I don't know. It doesn't. I'm not sure. It just perfectly ticks all the boxes of a nostalgic viewing experience, but I can't describe it. It's just,
yeah.
It's just it takes the words out of your mouth. You can't even.
Right.
It's hard to say.
I feel like just like also like every track from like beginning to end is so like it's so great. I think
Totally.
Internet Club for being like a very otherwise early producer of like vaporwave music. He's or is she, I think. I forget what their pronouns are. But they're trans.
Do a search.
But they otherwise have made like so many different kinds of releases that I feel like would go on to influence like the rest of vaporwave thereafter.
I'd have to agree with that.
No, yeah. What are your guys' favorite songs off that album? I feel like I would know the answer to that. So.
Mine definitely. I mean, it's actually, and I hate to say it because this is one of my favorite albums. It's been a second since I've given it a listen, so I'm gonna pull it up on my.
I know mine.
And what yours is a yeah. Go
Yeah, you
ahead.
guys know mine.
I know.
The Log On Cafe.
Yeah, Web Lounge. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so awesome. I feel like when that track comes on, like in the album, I'm like, no way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a
What-
banger.
James, do you think you could describe to me what that like when you listen to that, what does that feel like to you? Like what experience do you have when you listen to that track?
I never really thought about it. Give me a second to think.
No worries. If I can give you my idea of it, I feel it just feels like
You know what it feels like? It feels like there's a like the like there's like a PC that
yeah.
has like LED lights and shit.
Yeah.
It just looks like the club in there.
Yeah.
It's like it's
But
like
it's like
that.
but it's still like kind of like dark.
Yeah,
It's kind of like
Yeah.
I know it's like seeing like the club of
but it's like
that is-
digital. It's like the club but digital, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like you see you kind of look inside your computer and it's otherwise quiet. It's otherwise quiet outside the computer. But
Mhm.
inside the computer there's fans going off, the RGBs are like going crazy. Like there's just like it's just chaos happening. So I feel like it is like seeing the club from the outside. Absolutely.
It's kind of like representative of like I don't know, computers as a whole, just like from someone who doesn't have a very like fundamentally strong understanding of how computers work. Well, I maybe do have a fundamental understanding, but like how it all really happens is still kind of a mystery to me. I just look in my case and I'm like, this all does something because I bought it pre-built. I don't know how to do all that. And but just like this definitely like Web Lounge gives the vibe of just like an industrious factory to me. Just
Yeah.
like pushing through, getting quotas done, making the images come up on my screen. It kind of feels
Interesting.
like what the inside of the computer is. I feel like this is the soundtrack.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do also tend to feel like an otherwise like industrial, not industrial in tone as in like it's like like destructive and raw
Right.
and stuff like that, but industrial in the sense of like I feel like I can like sometimes in like the songs I can also just imagine like the smokestacks of like that city that is
Yeah.
being shown. Like especially on tracks like what is it? On tracks kind of like a like Drop Shadow.
That's
I think
the
or it's Drop Shadow or Digital Fog.
Drop
Actually
Shadow's the crazy like funk track.
yeah, oh that
Yeah.
one makes me feel like I'm in like a bar bathroom. I like that.
That track is one of those standouts on the album for me. Not that it's one of my favorites, just the way it's so kind of vastly different from what the rest of the album is doing, but it still captures the same
Oh
energy,
yeah.
and it slots perfectly into that spot on the album. It's really remarkable.
I feel like the rest of the album wouldn't be what it is if it weren't like if it didn't have that track because it's
Mhm.
like all the tracks on that album are otherwise pretty calm and like
Yeah.
very bright and or not bright. They're actually pretty warm sounding.
I think of it as like drowsy. That's how I
Very drowsy. Yeah, I think
capture
drowsy
the
is the right
sound
word.
in a word. Yeah.
But like that that once, but like Drop Shadow with its like little like. I feel like I'm really like tucking up like some pants and like walking around in this like I feel like I am like walking around in this like little like Western like digital cafe of some sort.
Nice.
I feel like Log On Cafe feels like I'm just like opening up like a lot of tabs at one time.
I get that. I get that.
And I don't know if you guys would have interest in talking about this, but I think just like talking about this album and and even music alike it is in like at least in like vaporwave.
Well, hold on.
Has a oh go ahead,
Favorite
yes.
tracks. We still never got. We got James's favorite track.
Oh, favorite track, yes.
Hold on,
Log
did
on
you?
Cafe.
Yours is also Log On Cafe.
Oh, mine
Yes.
I think I gotta give to it is either I think Globes. I think Globes
Globes is a
is
just classic. Globes you can put on in any time. It's such a great track.
I think as a second track to the album, it's great.
Mine's definitely
Um
Cyber Paradise. I would have to
which
say
which one is that?
it's the third track. It's just the
Oh yeah.
it's the piano
The
driven track where it
bum
goes bum,
bum
bum,
bum
bum,
bum
bum, bum.
ba-dum.
That yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That definitely my favorite, and I can't really explain why, but it definitely scratches an itch that some of the other tracks don't. I want
So
to say,
before
all killer, no
go
filler,
ahead.
but I do think that Drift 1 and 2 is
Oh,
Yeah,
the
I need to. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I think that drags a little bit for my taste. I see what they're going for,
oh wait,
with the
Drift.
album.
What is that? The one that's like the do do dun dun do do do
It's
dun
just like
dun.
the 9 minute long passage of just like kind of harsh sounds.
Oh wait, which one is this?
Uh,
Is that the one that I was talking about? Where it's the ambient.
yeah, the ambient. I'm not.
Oh,
I
I really love that track.
like.
I think
I
that's a
think it's too long.
perfect. I find that to be like a really great track to like set up for the ending.
I would agree
Like
on that front. I would definitely agree that it is the perfect way to set up the ending. Just bringing it to like the lowest and darkest and deepest and kind of scariest sound it achieves the whole album to come out at the end with the title track just being that triumphant and feels like you're logging off the computer for the night. That's just
oh
the
yeah,
vibe.
is the last track I believe is just called Dreams
Yeah, that's the
3D.
title track. Yeah.
Um, I really the one thing that I thought you were referring to because
Hmm.
was the two tracks that are kind of like a motif. It's the dun dun
No,
dun
that I believe that
dun
is.
dun.
I think that's
It,
Digital Fog. That's Digital Fog you're referring to.
are you sure? Because I thought that
Yeah,
was
yeah. That's Digital
Drift.
Fog. It comes after Drop Shadow. I think Digital
Okay.
Fog and Nightfall are what you're thinking of. Tracks 10 and 11 are Drift 1 and Drift 2, and they're just kind of a longer ambient interlude, which I don't mind all the time, but
Let me quickly
yeah,
see.
if I had one critique of this album, it would be that section's a little long.
Can I just give a quick shout out to
Yeah.
WWW Cruise?
No,
Oh,
true,
That,
true, true.
wait.
I
that's
always
got to be
forget
my
about it.
that's got to be my second favorite on the album.
let me quickly hear this on the.
It's the one with the
Oh
saxophone.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this comes after Digital Mist, which is like the like motif to Digital Fog. Like
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I
which
mean. That's
I
yeah.
have to quickly say, like when it goes into was it Digital Fog like playing, it doesn't even sound like you don't hear like the sound directly. It feels like the light rays or like the aura of like horns or something or like sounds
Mhm.
like you're not hearing them like directly being played to you, but you're more so hearing just like the 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 echo of it, and then
Mhm.
like it like hints at it, and then in Digital Mist it like the it like completely like it's like the climax and it's like breaking the audio and it's like awesome. It feels like it's like shining at you. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, WWW Cruise is also just like a great song. I feel like especially coming out of that motif, it's just some like good like it's just some good like little like a lounge jazz like
Mhm.
really really I feel like that like if anyone would say like would ask like can you like show me a vaporwave song, like I feel like that would be one of the best like examples
Mhm.
to like show someone. And Tyler, I'd like to hear um your thoughts on the last track because I feel like you especially really enjoy that track.
Oh, the closing track, the
Yeah.
self-titled track. Yeah, definitely. It just feels like, oh, I mean, I think the like perfect encapsulation of it is I'm on YouTube right now just clicking through the album to refresh myself and people just like commenting like I want the last song to be the end credits of my life. Like that is definitely That's kind of how it feels. I don't know. I don't know if that's dramatic or
You know how
anything,
that
but
track
like,
feels to me?
how's it feel?
Please.
It feels like you just submitted the last assignment of the semester,
Dude,
Yes.
I feel
and
that too.
you pulled an all-nighter, and then
Yes. Yes.
you turn in the assignment, and then you go out and watch the sunset or the
No,
sunrise,
I
and
have done that. No, I've literally
that's what
watched
that
the
song feels
sunrise after
like.
an all-nighter
Yeah.
to this album. You
That is,
know.
yeah, no, that is, I cannot agree with that. Because there's also something about that track that is that also makes it like its own track out of the whole rest of the album, and it's that like it's minimal. It has like this flute to it.
Mhm.
It's also otherwise a lot less drowsy. It
It
feels a
is
little
more
bit
awake.
more. It
So
feels a little
it's
bit more
actually,
awake.
I never thought about this. Perhaps the intention there for it to be the last song of an album of what is meant to be dreams. Maybe this is like waking up and you're groggy in the morning after you woke up.
Yeah, it's like
But
the
it's
morning. It
like the
feels like the
morning.
morning.
It feels like the morning. That's very genius. Like if we're to think about it, like homepage is logging off for the night, going to sleep, so to say, and then we got Dreams 3D, wake up, logging back in.
No, yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Or I find that I find that it's more the opposite, that homepage is like you're starting the browsing at night. And
Oh,
then like because of the drowsy, I mean if you're using your I mean you guys obviously know the feeling of using your computer all night, as you're going on, you're just like drowsing off and off more and
oh,
more
yeah.
while
So
these bright lights
this is the
are like
experience of like a night on your computer. This is
I
an all-nighter. The album's an all-nighter.
this is like the all-nighter album, I would say, yes.
I would agree with
Like
that.
I feel like Dreams 3D is like the part where I reflect on the all-nighter, and it's almost I don't know how to describe it, but like it's almost something that feels like it's awake, but also like the end to a perfect night. Because if you've spent all night using your computer,
Mhm,
then you're going to end up going to sleep.
mhm.
But the song itself feels otherwise awake, but still kind of like night night, Like that's kind of
Yeah.
what it feels to me.
It feels like it could also probably send off like a public access television, like at 6 in the morning when their broadcast day ends.
Oh,
They'll play a song like that. It's
oh yeah, absolutely.
I just want like this is such a pinnacle of musical achievement, like this album, at least in my eyes, from my perspective. I've
Oh
never
no,
been on this
I feel so too.
I think this is
Um,
definitely one of the high points of I don't want to say like modern art as a whole, but definitely like music. I think this is definitely an achievement.
yeah, it's I think I don't see like a lot of people talk about. I mean, as far as like vaporwave is as a genre, for already being kind of a little bit niche as it is, this is like I feel
Mhm.
like an album that like doesn't get like talked enough. Like, because
I had one person recognize my shirt ever, outside of the three
really?
of us. I didn't tell you about this, so hold the can of worms about Electronicon. At
Oh,
Electronicon 4,
oh,
I think he was German. It was actually pretty interesting. He walked up to me and he said, "Man, I love your shirt, love that album." And I was like, "Thanks, man. I like it too." And it was just cool because like I didn't in a million years think someone would know, you know?
oh. Also, what's his groceries? I forget his
Groceries.
first
Oh yeah,
name.
groceries
He
knew
is,
about it too. Yeah, David. His
yeah,
name was David, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Mhm.
And he was like, yeah, that shirt was like, I love that album. The
Oh, I
Internet
forgot
Club
groceries
doesn't
recognized it.
really,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
Which
was a
by
crazy
the
moment too, to meet like a semi-prolific vaporwave artist and have like a conversation with him. That was something special.
no,
Electronicon is such a special place. And for those who don't know,
yeah,
it's run by 100% Electronica, George Clanton's music collective. To
yeah,
just be like a basically a vaporwave festival, super cool, super
yeah.
cool. Probably on hiatus for a while, but James Holden and I went to 3, and then last summer Holden and I went to 4. James couldn't make it, but just amazing times, amazing event,
Tell me
and
about
just
your guys' individual experiences with Electronicon 3 because I feel like that was a very like
Hmm.
penultimate like time. Like I remember like I don't know, it was because Tyler, I had not seen you
Hmm.
for I don't know, however so long. And it was like I think it was like the summer after like COVID was kind of more so starting to slow down.
Yeah, it was
And
my birthday. So for my 21st, you came out to Westchester, and that was the first time we had interacted in like, well, since we stopped, interacting so much at the end of high school. But
right.
it was a triumphant reunion, I would say. And then yeah, Electronicon 3 was shortly after. I was very excited to go and get reintegrated, and James going too made me pretty excited. But yeah, I would also say I formed some great friendships that day that I hold very dear, and also strengthened ones that already existed. I think it was just a great experience. I loved it.
No, yeah.
Absolutely.
James, what was your Electronicon 3 experience like?
It was a good time. The event itself was great. I liked, all of there was a lot of great acts that I remember. Death Dynamic Shroud.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh,
he actually they was not he because it's multiple people. They
mhm.
started off the set with like an Internet Club song, which is awesome.
oh,
Oh
really?
man.
I was got so yeah. It's the first song off of it's like the sister album to
Oh,
Dreams
Vanishing
3D,
Visions.
Vanishing Visions. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they
Um.
started
Oh,
it with the
yeah.
first track on by design. That's crazy.
I
Yeah,
don't
they played that. I was getting so hyped.
I don't think I listened to that album then because I didn't really catch that.
Right.
Also another
But that's
great,
awesome. Yeah.
also another great Internet Club album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the probably the set that sticks out in my mind the most.
Hmm.
But then there was also George Clanton. Uh
Oh man.
Yeah.
I
what was
missed
the
it. Electronicon 3. That was
and
when I was asleep in the gravel. I got too tired and I went to go sit in the back lot to just recuperate. I fell
Well,
face down in the gravel and missed
yeah.
George Clanton's head.
good thing that actually I think George Clanton just announced that he's going on tour again soon
He is.
with Death Dynamic Shroud. So
Oof.
I think we'll be sure to try to catch that.
I'll probably be
Uh,
sure. Yeah, most
Yeah.
likely.
I would I like any event that is vaporwave related. I would by no means want to try to miss at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, my experience at like Electronic Con 3 was like it was awesome. I think like and I feel like it was definitely much bigger than it was last year. That's
Hmm.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because it was also just because it was coming out of COVID and
Yeah.
like like they just had all of these artists all playing at like
Mm.
the same time. I remember seeing what was it? We got there, I think we caught a little bit of Dan Mason's set,
Hmm.
which was really nice. Um I remember seeing who else? Oh, it's been such a second.
Hmm.
Frost Children were playing there. There's also Christ TT.
Oh.
Chris TTT was really good.
Oh, I like that
Um,
one. That was the guy with the slideshow.
yeah, he was playing on a slideshow with all the memes.
No, he's
Yeah,
awesome.
I
I
like
love him.
that.
I've been listening to a lot of his stuff recently. Actually, Holden, I don't know if you saw this. Not related to the podcast, but on Discord I sent you. Remember the song "Every Day" by The Field? Bryce
Yes.
TT made a vaporwave version of that song.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah, I sent
awesome.
it to you. You can check it out later. But yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, he's
I just have so much admiration for all of the community's figures, you know. I think they're all cool and sound pioneers and stuff.
Yeah, and
I think it's awesome.
it's awesome because I feel like one of the things that we can all agree on when it came to like being at um Electronicon 3 was that like everybody was so like everyone was so friendly. Like it
Yeah.
didn't like I feel like Vaporwave is one of those things that like community is really important for its way of thriving.
Hmm.
And it didn't feel like I don't know. It didn't. It seemed kind of rejective of like these larger than life individuals kind of thing. It's just like
Hmm.
everyone here is like a person,
All down to
you
earth, yeah,
know,
definitely.
like
Just
and I feel like that was where like I don't know, connecting with everyone was just like it's like really nice,
and who was the
especially.
e-celebrity, like the YouTuber that was there? Who was that? Who's that guy? I forget his name. He was just
Oh,
walking
Oh,
Frank
around.
Jav C.
Yeah, Frank Jav C was
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
was crazy.
I remember last year Fulcrum was
Fulcrum, the Fulcrum. Okay, that's a
Bro,
whole other can of
you have
worms.
no idea how like sad I am that I missed that.
it was
But
funny
I would.
because
That's why I was trying to get you to go because I knew you were gonna regret missing Fulcrum. I knew it in my heart.
I just remember like walking into like the main stage
If
area
Fulcrum was the
and I was like there's no way I'm seeing this with my own eyes, and
he had,
he's got like 6 7 dudes up on stage behind him, like I have no idea who they are, and
just randomly.
like Star Wars the Clone Wars like animated visuals like playing behind him and everything.
yo,
I was just
It
chilling
was
with Otto for a while, and Otto was like, "Did he just say this next track is called Filipino Hood Shit?" I'm like, Otto, I think we heard the same thing.
I
that is one of the songs.
Oh, brother. Hi, guys. This is Tyler in Post. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, the goodbyes of myself and my co-hosts was unfortunately lost, so I would just like to take this opportunity in post-production to thank you for listening to part 1 of this James special. Next episode, get ready. James is going to come back, part 2. But thank you so much as always for listening, and thank you to my co-hosts for co-hosting with me. We'll see you next time. Bye.